Yo primates, welcome back to the Anabolic Primate. You know who it is, it's Steve. Today I wanted to talk a bit about bulking. This is going to be the bulking episode 2. I'll put a link in the description, or actually down here below, for the bulking episode 1. So in the original bulking video, we covered things like the amount of caloric surplus you should be consuming, the amount of time your bulk should be extended to. In this episode, we're going to be covering the amount of cardio you should be doing, if at all, if you should be doing cardio at all, types of foods you should be having and consuming, whether you should be using a weight gainer or not, depending on your situation, if you should be still eating like a bro, so essentially eating clean foods, or well, when they say clean foods, chicken, rice, broccoli, brown, sweet potato, all that kind of bullshit. Should you be eating the micro-dense, nutritious whole foods? I'm going to say there's a 50-50 on this, okay? If you're like most people, if you're like me and you're doing the if you fit your macro style dieting, then, eating like a bro all the time is obviously going to kill you, because especially if you're eating 4,000 plus calories a day, there is no way you're going to be able to do that efficiently, properly, unless you've got all the time in the world to just cook and just eat all day. So if you're like everyone else, if you're like me, you work a 9-to-5 job, you can't be doing that. So the most effective way to approach something like this is to either use a combination of both. Cook a little bit pre ahead of time, obviously a couple of days or 4 days in advance or so. Basic meals like make up a couple of small meal plans like chicken or a stir fry or things like that. Salads are really good, all those kinds of good things, right? And then outside of that, use a bit of if you fit your macros to finish off the rest of the macros for the day. Having said that, you might have a situation when you're really busy, it's getting really expensive for you to keep bulking. I know for me it costs me a lot of money because I'm eating over 4,000 calories a day at the moment. So what I do is I take a weight gainer, okay? Now, I don't do this every day, but for the days that, it's inconvenient for me, like for example, at the moment, I have no gas at the moment. For some reason, my gas at home is kind of fucked up. I gotta organize the bills and shit. I don't know. Anyway, long story. So, anyway, I can't cook my chicken, I can't cook eggs, I can't do stir fries, and I can't do things like that, right? The stuff that I really like, and in my simple meal plans, I can't cook them. I can't cook my cheesecakes and I can't do all that kind of stuff. So I use a very basic weight gainer at the moment, right? Something like this. Now, if you purchase something like this, it's like $30 or $40 for like 6-pound tub, okay? It works out to be anywhere between $4 and $5 for a serving. Now, a serving should be like a good proportion of your calories in a day. So it's going to be like around 1,500 calories. So it's definitely more than a meal and a half, okay? So for $4, you're getting essentially 1,500 calories. You do the math. It's actually quite effective in terms of cost. And of course, you're getting a quality product. You're getting better quality protein. You're getting better quality carbohydrates, very clean carbohydrates. And obviously, mostly today's weight gainers comes with micro-dense fillers and things like that. So having an approach where you're being very flexible with your diet is much more important. You don't really want to be focusing on having completely whole foods, and you don't want to be completely focused on having anything but junk food too. Obviously, if you fit your macros, then you want to have enough energy to be able to perform in the gym. So you want to be still eating the dense quality and good foods as much as possible still, okay? Now, another point I want to make is, should you be doing cardio on a bulk? Now, initially at the start of your bulk, I don't recommend it. You really want to be focusing your body on being in the anabolic stage at this point, not breaking down anything as much as minimizing the amount of catabolism as much as possible, and really focusing on driving the metabolism up and building that anabolism, all right, through your bulk. Now, when you get to the sort of midway and past that, your bulk, you're eating a lot of calories a day, and you need to be able to keep your body hungry. You need to be able to keep driving up the amount of nutrients through your body, right? One of the best ways to do it is do a little bit of LISS cardio. Now, the reason why I say LISS is because it drives more hunger versus something like high intensity cardio, which will just deplete your glycogen stores more so and not necessarily make you hungry. Okay, so you want to minimize the amount of glycogen stores you're using, and at the same time building up your hunger and not burning a lot of calories at the same time. So if you do lists, you do like half an hour worth of lists a day, you might hit 100 calories. Walking on a treadmill, taking the Stairmaster. I highly recommend the Stairmaster, by the way. I love the Stairmaster. I think it's great for your legs anyway. But do an exercise like that. Burn about 100 calories or so, or half an hour's worth of work, or whatever you want to call it. And that will drive your hunger back up again. So you'll be able to finish off the rest of the calories for the day, or whatever the case might be. Okay. So that's one of the good ways to condition the body to be able to drive hunger, and also at the same time you're building your ATP stores, your pathways. You're regenerating those aerobic pathways, and sort of conditioning your body and getting used to it, ready for that fat burning stage that's going to come after the stage of when you move into the cutting phase. All right, when you're dropping your body fat and then readjusting aesthetically your body and getting back into shape again, right? So essentially that's the approach you want to take. I recommend still trying to train fasted while you're on a bulk. Now I know it's very tough. When you're like what I'm doing at the moment with 4,000 plus calories, it becomes very, very tough to be able to train fasted. You need to be able to hit those calories every day. So if you're in the morning, I highly recommend you train in the morning first thing. Before work, before anything, you go straight to the gym and you train. That way you have a shower, you have your breakfast straight away, and you start your calories at 8 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock in the morning, and then you can eat throughout the rest of the full day. Okay, so you can get your full amount of calories into the day without having to stress. And that way you're still training fasted, but you're not training with a bloated stomach. You're not doing squats when you've just finished a steak or something like that. Okay, now I remember in the first video I mentioned it around 8 to 9 months. I highly recommend doing it for that period. Obviously it's a bit of a strain on you physically and mentally, a bulk, especially for people who've done it the first time. I know, because I'm struggling through that at the moment a little bit. So one of the things you can do is just loosen up your diet, loosen up things. Don't be so strict on things. Have a decent amount of sugars through your diet. It's not going to crash you or kill you. Have a beer or go out and have a few drinks from time to time. Just relax and let loose a little bit. But just keep in mind that not to get completely off your face or completely wasted or trashed for one night, and then the next day you can't do your proper workout or you can't train properly. You really want to make sure that, obviously you have a few drinks, you might get a little bit trashed. So obviously you won't train in the morning, you might train at night time instead. But you want to just be able to let your body have some sort of time to recover and build back up so you can get back into your training and focus and rebuild the muscle. Because a lot of the dense muscle is built over the bulk. You want to use that time to really build a solid foundational bit of muscle. And this is the time you do all your really heavy compounds, deadlifts, squats, overhead press, bench press, so really stick to those, really focusing on building a lot of strength in this period too. Don't go into the gym with the mindset of just lifting the same all the time. Really trying to be pushing yourself every second workout. I would say every second workout, you should be going for a PR. Every second workout, whether it be one extra rep on each set, upping the weight, decreasing the amount of time under tension, the rest period, right? Increasing the time under tension. These are all ways to improve your performance in the gym. So it's not just necessarily about raising the weight. It can be anything. It can be a lot of different things. Generally, what I like to do is I like to raise the amount of reps that I'm doing. So for example, I've set myself a goal of 10 reps on squat rack for 6 sets, okay? Hypothetically speaking at, let's just say 255, okay? So my goal is to then increase those reps to 12, right, to 13 each set, 14, and when I get around to about 16 or 17, I'll increase the weight and drop back down to 10 or 8 reps, and then build back up slowly. So I'm still within the hypertrophy range of building muscle, but I'm also focusing on strength building too. So it's a win-win combination, and that's what you want to do. You want to apply a strength-focused building routine in your training. So keep that in mind, guys. Just some advice during a bulk. A lot of people say you need to be doing like really high repetition stuff to be able to build like big legs or big bodies or things like that. It's not necessarily true. You know, sometimes just focusing on the power aspect of it and the proper strength component of it, you'll actually you're forcing your body to grow. There's no other option, right? It's got to recover and it's got to build bigger muscle to be able to support bigger weight, okay? It's that simple. So anyway, make sure you like the Facebook page, make sure you like this video, comment, you know, let me know what you like, what you don't like, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.